Steelers 38, Bills 7. Good morning. It's the Trib Live Morning Pittsburgh Sports Report. Guy Junker, Ken Laird. Despite that score Saturday night at Ralph Wilson Stadium, Guy, it feels like the Steelers lost the game.
Yeah, in 2 of the 3 games now, they've had some significant injuries, and that's one thing you want to avoid in these games. Especially David DeCastro, who by all accounts was having a really good camp and was headed to that starting job. Now, we still haven't had definitive word of whether it's an MCL, an ACL. Is he out 6 months? Is he out the whole year? Is he out half the season? So we'll wait and see on that. But obviously that tainted what otherwise was a pretty impressive performance after you got past the first quarter. You
know, it's strange. In these games, you want to evaluate individuals more than team concepts. But with DeCastro going out, and they really had a heavy pass to run split. I mean, they were throwing the ball quite a bit. And then the no-huddle drill looked so good at the end of the first half. You put it all together, and you almost feel like they ought to go back to Ben Roethlisberger, slinging it around everywhere.
Well, especially if Mike Wallace comes back in there, maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, it's that 2-minute drill was fantastic. I mean, you're backed up in your own end zone, and I mean, there are a lot of teams. Maybe in the regular season they wouldn't be that bold. I don't know, but a lot of teams would have been very conservative there, and they really went from end zone to end zone in no time. Most young offensive linemen are much more comfortable run blocking, Ken. You get some veteran guys in there, and maybe they're a little more adept at the longer passing game anyway. So maybe that could be one positive out of it if you're really trying to spin it. But I don't think you can. But I guess Ben had some rough things to say about the turf up there in Buffalo. Yeah. Because we've seen guys' knees get. His knee did get bent under him, but it wasn't one of those real grotesque ones where you knew like the minute it happened, he's done.
Could happen on grass. I mean, we've seen at Heinz Field in November and December, guys lose their footing, and so there's no right answer for that. It's just football. It's going to happen. But the tough part is now with Mike Adams looking like he's ready to contribute in year number 1, your first and second round picks are not going to help you this year.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to have the same, pretty much the same line as you did a year ago, which, they can say what they want about it, and they get the job done one way or another. They still were 12-4. But even somebody like Bruce Arians is kind of what you would expect at a guy that's gone. But once you leave here, you do point to that as an area that they needed to patch up some.
Well, if Mike Wallace does report today or this week, there will be a ticker tape parade. The first bit of good news here in this town in a little bit. The defense, I think, looked okay, pretty good. Dick LeBeau was at work, and I
like the creation of turnovers. That's for sure. I mean, the game turned around really. If there is a turning point in a preseason game on the fumble recovery, and then they had added 2 interceptions to that. And last year they were, I believe, dead last in the league in turnovers created. And despite having good numbers in yardage and points allowed, that just can help your offense so much. I mean, 1 turnover turns a football game around. 3 almost ensures that you're going to win it.
All right, the Steelers have made their first wave of cuts. Check out the headline at triblive.com, and we've got our final preseason game for the Steelers coming up Thursday night. For Guy Junker, I'm Ken Laird. It's the Morning Pittsburgh Sports Report.